Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here. It is Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, and we are here to do the morning trade here at Forex Smart Trade. And our mission and my goal is to help you become a successful and profitable currency trader. I've been trading over 4 years now. And learning how to currency trade has been one of the best things I have done, and I'd like to share it with you. We've got some indicators that are simple and highly accurate, and I want to show you how simple and highly accurate they are. So with that, let's jump right in and see what we've got cooking this morning. We first need to listen to this guy, and we'll get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things that I think distinguishes what we do versus other places to learn currency trading is that we've got a very strong focus on coaching and education. We are with you for a full year when we coach you. We've got multiple means of coaching you, from videos that you can watch and rewatch, to webinars that you can join in. And I think the thing that makes the biggest difference is the personalized one-on-one training, where we have an experienced trader work with you, and he goes at your pace, and he figures out what you know and you don't know, and he makes sure that you know what you need to know. Another element in our coaching is that we do these live trades where a good trader comes online and walks you through his thought process and figuring out what trades he's going to take. And by watching that, you get better. I do 3 live trades a week. Tuesday and Thursday mornings at this time, yesterday afternoon, and then every afternoon I also send a trade setup for the overnight trade. When you become a member, we do live trade. There's a live trade every morning at 10 a.m., most evenings at 10 p.m., some afternoons at 6 p.m., and then again, it goes back to that training. We've got multiple training sessions every week where you get to, we continuously review the various trading strategies and take questions so that you always have access to somebody and can get better. This week, tomorrow, I am traveling, so I will not be available the rest of the week. So there will be no live, there'll be no trade set up tomorrow night or Thursday night, and there'll be no trade Thursday morning. So this is the end of the week for me. The tomorrow is May Day. It's a bank holiday in most of Europe, so it won't be a good trading day anyways. I work off of a little checklist. That checklist helps me kind of stay focused and make sure I don't miss anything. First thing is I always kind of refresh the green chart before I start every morning. Keeps it, clears out the memory and keeps it going fast. Review of yesterday's trade. Those of you who took the overnight trade last night, we got stopped out. The signal was there. It is one of those situations where even though the signal was there, the trade didn't do what we want. There are some things, news-related items that are kind of going on with the yen, and I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, where there's prospective bank intervention, and that is like kind of screwing things up with the yen. The yen is at a kind of a 35-year low against the dollar, and the Japanese policymakers are doing some things that are causing problems with the yen, and until it settles, and the Japanese regulators don't say what they're doing as they're doing it. We don't know exactly. And because of that, the indicators may not be reliable right now in this current time period in telling us what the yen does. Now, we took yesterday's trade off of the day chart. You could probably still get away with trading off of a shorter term chart, with the dollar chart or the hour chart, where within the course of any hour, the signal may be good, but over the course of a day, the signal may not be as reliable because we don't know when we don't know. There's something else going on there that's kind of outside the control or outside what the indicators are good at picking up on. So for now, I would stay away. I'm going to probably be a little gun shy on the overnight trade on the yen because of that until we see it starting to act a little bit more reliably. But sometimes the trade isn't 100%. So we've factored in that even though you're going to take that loss, at the end of the day, we're still going to end up ahead net pips. Going back to our list, we are technical traders. We're not trading on news events, and our indicators are very good at picking up the price action and anticipating and predicting where it's going to move to. And if we can get that prediction, we can make money off of it. But we do want to know what the news events are so that we can trade around them. And Forex Factory is as good a place as any to see what those news events are. And it breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact. Generally don't worry about those. Orange, which is medium impact. I don't worry about those, but some people do. And red, which is high impact. Those items are items that I want to trade around. And this morning we've got some news on the Canadian dollar, on the gross domestic product, and some unemployment news at 8:30. Generally, I don't like to trade within the 2-hour window of this news event. So this morning we will not be trading on the dollar or the Canadian dollar. Plus, there's some more news on the consumer confidence at 10 a.m. So this kind of wipes out trading the dollar for the first half of the day. This news on New Zealand, we are going to any trade we take this morning won't impact. We'll be in and out before this time. And as you can see, tomorrow, all of Europe has got bank holidays because of May Day. So let's go ahead and see what that leaves us with for trading. The chart I am going to trade off of is the Light 6 Major. It's one of the standard charts. It's a composite chart that's showing us 6 different currency pairs. These are all US based. Even though we're not going to trade the dollar this morning, I still like to take a look at it just so that we can see if a good setup exists. The strategy, we have a dozen different strategies that we can trade. The strategy I am going to use is something called the 10-point signal. When we train you, we create a trade plan that's specific to you based on your availability to trade and your risk profile. This one fits mine. I like to trade off of a 1 hour chart. When I'm trading on the 1 hour chart, I'm going to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. On a 1 hour chart, trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot is 11 pips. So if I can carve out 11 pips 3 times a day, I've had a terrific trading day. And what this trade tries to do basically is it wants to get the lines from all 3 sections to be going in the same direction. And when they do, that's a high probability trade, which will allow me to, if I'm trading with an accuracy rate above 70%, and my accuracy rate's about 80%, I'm going to make money based on where I put my stop loss and my take profit. So let's go ahead and take a look. I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. This red and green line is the major indicator. This black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. I want situations where the majors and minors are all pointing in the same direction, like here. And I want to, if they're oversold, pointing up. So I want to ride it through the channel just like this. And you can see when I do that, we got basically 11 pips within the course of 3 hours. So that's what I'm looking for. That's my ideal trade. So here we're overbought. The minors have started to turn. The majors are still going up. So this trade isn't ready. Euro USD overbought. Majors going up, minors going down. So I don't have agreement between the with the two. I've got a little bit of on the major indicator, I've got a duck bill. Here's his bill. Here's his head. Usually when you see this tells us there's a little bit more up in the movement. Can I get 10 pips when I'm overbought? Yes, I can. But it's just not part of my trade strategy. I don't want to get caught holding a buy when we're overbought and it turns. That's just part of my risk preference. But could I have squeezed out 11 pips here? Yes, I could have. 2 hours, 25 pips, starting when we were overbought right here on this candle. So that is possible, just not part of my trade strategy. You may decide that that's something that you want to do. Pound USD, majors never really got to overbought. They're starting to turn. They're sideways right now. I really like a trade when I like to see the majors get to the other side of the overbought or oversold line before they turn. Sometimes on the Euro USD, if I get a turn in the middle of the chart, but this clearly isn't a strong turn. I might consider that trade, but here, no. Dollar, Canadian dollar, Minors are sideways, majors still going down, approaching oversold. Dollar Swiss franc, we're just touching oversold. The majors and minors are both starting to turn. They're starting to go sideways. Dollar yen, overbought. Majors kind of still, majors are sideways, minors are going down. So we don't have agreement anywhere here. I've cloned this chart. So we've got some other non-USD pairs. Euro pound overbought. We don't have agreement with the majors and minors. Australian dollar yen overbought. Majors are sideways, minors are starting to come down. Euro Canadian dollar, majors are sideways. They've been hanging out sideways for a long time here. And actually, you know, again, here's a case where you know, you could have taken a buy trade when it's overbought. 40 pips there over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Even if you only took it for till you started to here, you know, it was worth 12 pips over 3 hours. The red candle, you know, gave you the signal to get out. But again, at some point, this is going to come down. I don't like trading it when it's been hanging out up here for a long time, the majors, because we don't know. As you can see, it can keep going up. I don't want to catch it when it turns. I don't want to take a buy trade and then get stuck getting stopped out as it comes back down through the channel. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar oversold. Minors are going sideways, majors still going down. Pound yen, overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors are coming down. But I don't have, there's three things I'm looking for. One, that we're overbought, so we have that. Two, everybody's coming down. All the lines are going down. We have that. And three, the double cross, where the black line goes over the gray and the red line goes over the green. We kind of have it, but not really. The red is just peeking out there a little bit. I like to see it a little better than that. Also, I'm not crazy about the slope on the green line. I want to see this better than 45 degrees, and it's right now it's a little less than 45 degrees in my opinion. Have I seen this? Say this was okay and I agreed it was okay, I would jump up to the TNTs and count how many lines are supporting the sell signal. So the thick orange line is telling me sell, but thin orange is telling me buy. Dotted blue, the blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that's telling me sell. So the dotted blue is telling me sell. Thick blue is telling me buy. So I may have two of the four lines here telling me sell. I want at least three of the lines telling me sell. So I don't have enough agreement here to go ahead and take this. And as we're talking, you can see, you know, the slope has decreased even more while we're talking. And now we clearly don't have a crossover. So we're going to pass. Euro Australian dollar, we don't have agreement between the majors and minors. So let's go. We've cloned it again. Euro or Canadian dollar, yen overbought. Majors going up, minors going down. So we don't have agreement here. Euro New Zealand dollar, again, disagreement. Majors are sideways, minors coming down. Pound New Zealand dollar oversold. Again, we don't have agreement. Miners going up, majors are kind of sideways. New Zealand dollar, yen overbought. Majors are sideways, miners coming down. New Zealand dollar, USD overbought, miners coming down. We don't have agreement with the majors going up. Euro, Swiss franc, majors are sideways, so nothing here. So, let's see what we get on this last chart. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, everybody sideways here. Swiss franc, yen, majors are kind of sideways, miners coming down. Euro, yen, again, major sideways. Kind of everything with the yen is a little bit sideways. Pound, Australian dollar, oversold, going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, we don't have agreement between the majors. We're overbought and going up, kind of. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So we've just gone through 24 pairs in about 20 minutes, and we have not seen a setup. So I am going to, as I said, one of the things we do is we're going to teach you multiple setups. So I'm going to change gears and use a different setup. This is a little scalp trade. This is a little scalp trade that's different than the one that we teach in the trial. And this takes a look at what the thick orange line is doing. It's called the thick orange line trade. And the thick orange line is a scaled number. When the thick orange line is down as far as it can go, this number's at 0. So it doesn't think, when this is at 0, it doesn't think there's any more down in the move. If there's no more down in the move, that means, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. That's the time to take a buy. So we are looking for situations where this number is 0 or 10, and we're within 5 minutes of the top of the hour. Right now we're at 7 minutes of the top of the hour. But as we look through these, by the time we take the trade, we'll be within 5 minutes of the top of the hour. Now, we're not going to trade just on that piece of information. I'm going to look to a second piece of information to confirm it. But let's take a look and see if we have a 0 or 10 or within 1 point of 0 or 10. So 1.4 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. Here we're close enough. It's going in and out. We'll come back to that, to the pound Australian dollar. We're floating right now. We're just a little bit over 1. I want this to be under 1. 4 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. I am looking for 0 or 1 or within 1 point of either. And this one is, you can do it very fast. 6 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. 1.2 isn't close enough. I want it under 1. 9 is close enough. 9 is close enough. It's within 1. If I have this at 10, I want the red line on the major indicator to be above the blue line. I want the red line to be above the blue line. And right now it's below the blue line. This is actually unusual because normally you'll see it'll be coming up. The lines will be coming up. And I want the red line here. It's been overbought and it's coming down. So this isn't like the traditional setup. So we're going to pass on this. 8 isn't close. So if we had this 9.3 and the red line looked like this, where it came from oversold to overbought, it's above the blue line. This and this is the setup I'm looking for. Let's go to the next group. 8.2, not close enough. 7.6. So I'm looking for 0 or 1 or within 1 point. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, 0.9. That's within 1 of 0. Down here. Red line is below the overbought line, oversold line. So I've got condition 1 and 2. We're not going to take the trade because of the time of day it is in both Australia and New Zealand. I want this. It's got to be an active market in one of these two markets. So you need to know what time it is in the markets that you're trading in. So, it's about 14 hours, anywhere from 12 to 14 hours difference. So it's nighttime there. So since I'm trading off of a 1-hour chart, I'm expecting the move to happen immediately. And since basically what this trade is when this is overextended and this is overextended, it's like pulling a rubber band. And when the clock changes and a new candle forms, you're letting go of that rubber band and there's a little snap involved. And that gets us the 5 pips. So because there's no active pressure by heavy trading behind this, we're not going to take it on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Euro Canadian dollar, 4.6, not close enough. Australian dollar yen, 9.2, yes. And the red line is above. Yes, so we've got both. But again, it's evening in both of these markets. It's evening in Japan right now. So we're going to pass. 7 isn't close enough. And then on our USA pairs, 0.8. And the red line is above. Oh, no. 0.8. So this is down here. I want the red line down here. So this setup isn't good. 0.6. Yes. Red line is just touching. Red line is just touching. I want it to be a little further down. A little bit beyond the red line, where the red line for the major indicators is below the red line where the red line for the major indicators below the horizontal red line, the oversold line. Not quite. I want to see it a little bit more to take the trade. 1.4 isn't close enough. 9, yes. 9.3, but our red line isn't above the blue line. 7, no. 9. 9.5, yes. And the red line here, he's enough above to take the trade. He is enough above to take the trade. I am not going to take the trade because we've got news coming up. But if there was no news coming up, and the news screws things up, if there were no news coming up, I would take a sell on the AUD USD because it's active trading on the US market, even though it's not active trading on the Australian dollar. So I just need one of the markets to be active to take the trade. But because of that news item, I'm going to pass. And so this morning, we've used 2 different trade signals. It didn't come up with a viable trade, and that's okay. Sometimes the best trade, again, you only need a couple trades a day to make money at this and make good money at it. And it is much easier to make money when you don't take bad trades. So I'd rather take less trades and have a higher percentage of them be winners than to be just pushing it to get more trades. Greed, Greed doesn't work. Slow and steady works. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how to do anything, actually, the best way to do it is to find somebody who's already doing it, who's good at it, and get them to teach you. And that's exactly what we do. In fact, we're so confident at it that once we've taught you, we're going to let you trade with our money and split the profit. All right, gang. Sorry we weren't able to come up with anything this morning. We will look for my overnight trade tonight, and after tonight, have a good rest of the week. As I said, I'm going to be traveling Wednesday, and then be on a little R&R for the rest of the week. All right, thanks so much. We will see you next Monday for the live trade Monday afternoon. Bye-bye.